All French soldiers and military must leave the African continent, and this also should apply to neo-colonial military bases, including the African Command Center of the USA. We don't want the army of America. We don't want the army of France here. We don't want the army of anyone. We want African army on African soil.
People are not making the connections between the economic and political system in the United States and what's happening in Jamaica. Because you watch a video like that and think that it only applies to Jamaica is ridiculous to me. That means you're not paying attention. You're not making the connection between what's happening in France and what's happening in Haiti. Y'all are not making the connections between what's happening in the UK and Canada and what's happening in many countries in the global south. People are not even making connections between what's happening in their countries with their police force, with their military, with their governments, with their political system, and what's happening in Palestine. And by the time many of you wake up and realize that it is all connected, it's going to be too late for many of you, because by that time, you would have already been recolonized.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly, for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. Thank you so much for the love and support, and greetings to my brothers and sisters all the way from Caribbean country. So guys, I want us to watch this strong and powerful warning message from our African leaders. They are sending this strong message to the colonizers who are still in Caribbean, to the colonizers who are still here in Africa. They are being warned to pack their things and leave. And also, they are calling upon the military bases that the US and UK military bases that they are still here in Africa, they are still in Caribbean, to pack their things and go. Watch this video, then I'll be back with more comments.
All French soldiers and military must leave the African continent, and this also should apply to neo-colonial military bases, including the African Command Center of the USA. We don't want the army of America. We don't want the army of France here. We don't want the army of anyone. We want African army on African soil.
This is one person I respect so much. He says the truth. He says things the way they are. He is fearless. And I think it is high time the African youth rally behind him to see that Africa is united. Because this issue he is raising here is very pertinent. I don't understand why at this time and age we still have American military bases all over Africa. I don't understand why we still have French military bases all over Africa. It is for what exactly? What is the purpose of their military bases in Africa? Is it for their own protection or for our own protection? Because I don't understand. Anyways, as you can see, there's a wind of change happening around Africa. You see all these young leaders that are coming to power. Things are going to change. It might not be easy, but I strongly believe it is going to change. The youth of Africa, this is the time. This is the time for us to stand up and say no to everything the West is doing to us. We can't allow this to continue to happen. Even if we are not doing it for ourselves, let's do it for the generation behind us.
We insult Africans when we say that we were easy to colonize because we were called the white man's grave at some point. You know, our ancestors fought 120 years of Xhosa frontier wars just so that white people couldn't get the Cape of South Africa. Then we even had the Battle of Isandlwane. The Tuaregs, the Amazigh people fought. Then the Tanzanians fought. We have, you know, Fulani people, Hausa people, Edo people, Igbo people, Yoruba people that fought on the western part of the continent. People fought for hundreds of years, so much so that they couldn't recognize their identities beyond the fight against colonialism. Then when people were like, you know what, these white people are really here to stay. When Quinine came, it changed the game. That's why Congo was actually one of the last places to be colonized, because white people would just be so disease-ridden that they would die even before conquering the land. Like nature and our spirits, they protected our continent for as long as they could. And people just gave up because it was tiring. So stop.
So guys, I hope you have watched that strong, powerful message from one of our African leader. He's called Julius Malema, and we all know Julius Malema is also a South African politician, and also he is very well known for fighting for the rights of the black people and also for fighting for the African country. So guys, Julius Malema is coming out and sending this message to the all colonizers who are still having their bases here in Africa. What are they still doing? Because we all know that colonization ended, slavery ended, but why do we still have the United States military in some of the African country? Not some of the African country, all over African country, you must find that we have USA military bases. USA, UK and French military bases. What are they still doing here in Africa? Not only here in Africa, also in the Caribbean, we still have some British military bases in Jamaica. We still have some military bases also in Haitians. What are they still doing to these black nations? What are they still doing? Are they protecting us, or are they protecting their own people in African soil? No, we want also our African military here in our own soil, because I know these people, they cannot allow our military to go in their own country. Have you ever seen black military or African military in United States, or Caribbean military in United States? We don't have military, African military in United States, but what are they still doing here in Africa? How comes we are allowing USA military bases here in Africa? No, it is now the right time for them to leave Africa and leave African military to stand in their own soil, because African right now, it is the revolution, it has started, and I'm so proud of our young leaders who are coming. Yeah, our young leaders who are coming now into powers, they are having a sharp mind. They are removing the colonizer system. They are changing the system to remove. They are removing all the colonizer system and put our own system, and that's why these people, the colonizers, they are not happy seeing our young leaders removing them from here in Africa. The likes of Ibram Tra, we have seen what Ibram Tra is doing in Burkina Faso. He has changed all the system, and also I have also a video of Ibram Tra also preparing for any war that it will be coming in his country, because we all know that what it is doing is not the colonizers, they are not happy, and also he's being targeted. And Ibram Tra has said that I'm also preparing for you and I'm also welcoming you. Kindly guys, I don't want to talk much, watch this video of Ibram Tra and I will be back with more comments.
Start preparing for the war of high intensity. I hope I make myself understood. It's not just terrorism. Open your eyes. It's much more than that. It's a war of decolonization. And you must have heard these last days, some other generals who made us understand that if they fail to come with their armies to recolonize us, they have to come. Well, prepare for the war of high intensity. Either they will come themselves, or they will go through their local valets who are here to try to disturb our peace. So whoever, I say whoever, whether it's terrorism or any other army that must come to disturb our peace, we must prepare to welcome them in the long term and intensely. That's why I tell you, prepare for the war of high intensity. And we will follow these trainings. We will move on to other groups to intensify the operations and try to pacify. These are the steps. And this terrorism will be defeated because they know that it will be defeated that they are preparing either at the local level here or to come with their armies to fight us. Well, we will prepare to welcome them.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video from the president of Burkina Faso, Ibram Traore, and we all know what Ibram Traore is doing in Burkina Faso, and right now he is being targeted by the colonizers because of him removing the colonizer system in Burkina Faso, because of him kicking out the colonizers in Burkina Faso. Is now being targeted, but you can see Ibram Traore is not fearing. He's not fearing them. He's also welcoming them. If they will come in peace, Ibram Traore is ready to receive them in peace. But if they will come hiding and fighting, also Ibram Traore, he has said that I will also welcome you by fighting. So he is telling them that I'm preparing for you guys. If you want to colonize us again, that won't happen. We will rather die here in our own country fighting than being colonized again by seeing you people taking advantage of our own country. And also guys, I want to pass this also message to the Caribbean, to the black people in the Caribbean, to the black Americans, because we all know what they are really going through. And I want to tell them that also the Caribbean leaders should follow the footsteps of Ibram Traore, because as African, I think Ibram Traore is now the leader of Africa, is now the president of Africa, because we as Africans, we are supporting Ibram Traore. And I know some of the African leaders who are puppet, they are not supporting Ibram Traore because they are still puppet. They are still working to the colonizers, and that's why they don't want to support Ibram Traore. But as we as young people, as we as black people here in Africa, we support Ibram Traore 100%. And that's why I usually do this video to pass this message to my brothers and sisters in Jamaica, to my brothers and sisters in the Caribbean and Asians, people to know what it is happening here in Africa. And also I know in their country, in Haitians, in Jamaica, the colonizers, they are still oppressing black people in Jamaica. The colonizers, they are still controlling some of the biggest thing in Jamaica. They don't want to leave this black nation alone. And why are they still doing in this black nation? Why these people, they really want to stay here in Africa? They really want to stay in the Caribbean. What are they looking for? It is now the highest time for the military bases that it is there, the UK, the United States military bases, to be removed in the Caribbean. The Caribbean, they need to stand by their own. The same way here, we are kicking out these military bases, UK, United States military bases here in Africa. And this one I want to pass to our leaders, if our leaders, they are still allowing these United States, UK, French, British military bases here in Africa, also our military bases should be open in their own country. Yeah, we also want African military bases in UK. We also want African military bases in United States. We also want African military bases in British. We also want our military bases to be out there. Yeah, tit for tat. Build here military bases, and also we want our military bases in your own country, because we also have our black people in United States. We also have our black people in the Caribbean. We also have our black people in the UK. So even them, they should have our military bases in their country, not only allowing them to open their military bases here. For what? Are they protecting us, or are they protecting their own people? We don't want that. And that's why these African leaders, these young African leaders who are coming up, they are being targeted, because these African leaders, they know, these young African leaders who they are coming into power, they know what they are really doing, and the colonizers, they are not happy to see these young African leaders rising and taking power, because we have tired with these old African leaders. We are tired with our old leaders, because for a very long time they have been into power and we have seen nothing. They have become the puppet. They are being controlled each and every time. Yeah, our old African leaders, they have been controlled. They have become puppet. They don't want to work to the people. All they are doing is selling out our African resources, our treasure to them. But right now, I'm so happy to see young African leaders who are coming up. Ibram Tra, Julius Malema. We have these two as an example here in Africa that we are all looking up. And these people, they are not happy to see that. And I'm also urging my Jamaicans people, because because I know also Jamaicans, they are heading to into politics. They want to elect the new leader. And I'm also urging you Jamaicans to elect a leader, a young leader, a leader who has vision with Jamaica, a leader who will work according to the will of the people in Jamaica, not a leader who will be selling out Jamaica, not a leader who will be becoming puppet from the colonizers, not the leader who will be in control with the colonizers. Because Jamaicans, they have been complaining about corruption in their country. There is too high corruption in their country. And also some of the leaders, they are selling out their country to the foreigners. Right now, you can see Jamaica. We have the Chinese people, the immigrant. I cannot say the Chinese because I also know that Jamaica, it is a mixed race country. We have Jamaica Chinese, we have the white Chinese, we have India, Jamaica, not white Chinese. We have India, Jamaica, India. We have Chinese Jamaica. We have white Jamaica. So Jamaica, it is a mixed race country. And for me, I can tell the Chinese immigrant who are coming in Jamaica, they are now taking over Jamaica. Go to the businesses. You can see these big businesses in Jamaica. The owners, they are the Chinese people. The big hotels, the restaurant, the owners, they are the Chinese people. And all it is because of the government selling out this land to the foreigners, because they are being paid, because they are doing a lot of corruption. And now I'm calling upon Jamaicans to elect a leader who has a vision with you. I'm not supporting any political party in Jamaica, because I know some of you will come and say, no, Dash, why are you telling? No, I'm not supporting any political party in Jamaica. I want you guys to open your eyes and elect a leader who will work according to the will of the Jamaicans. A leader who will do things like the President Traore is doing in Africa, here in Africa. The leader who will not fear the colonizers. The leader who will kick out the foreigners who are coming to take advantage of Jamaica. That's the leader that you Jamaicans, we all want. Not only Jamaica, also the Caribbean. It is now the right time for the black people in the Caribbean to wake up and unite. And we as African people, we will support you 100% fully, because we all know you came from here in Africa, and we cannot see you suffering in the Caribbean. We cannot see the black Americans suffering, and we keep quiet. When African Revolution, it has started to all black nation. No matter in the Caribbean, no matter in the United States, all the black nation. The Black Revolution, it has started. Black people, unity, it has started among the black people. So it is now the right time for us black people to come together to support our own people so that we can be strong and we can conquer these other races. And I'm so proud seeing also the African people supporting what our young leaders they are doing. Because the other day, the people from Nigeria were protesting against corruption. Us, the people from Kenya, we were protesting because our president, he was becoming the puppet. He was being controlled from outside. And also in Uganda, they were protesting because of the leaders involved in corruption. This is to tell you that revolution, it has started, and it has started with the people removing the leaders who are still involving in corruption, the leaders who are not working according to the will of the people, the leaders who are being controlled from outside. So this is to tell you that black people unity, it has started, and we all follow what African they are doing. Yeah, we want to see Africa being borderless. We want to see our African people in the Caribbean, in United States, when they want to come here in Africa, they know they don't need visa or passport. What they need is flight ticket, and they are being allowed here in Africa. This is the Africa that we are still fighting for. This is the Africa that we want. And for that to happen, we need to kick out, first of all, these colonizers who they have divided us, who they have telling us that our black races, it is not a races to support, it is not a races to embrace. We want to kick, first of all, these white people, these colonizers here in Africa, so that we can arrange our country. We can unite our country so that any black people who is there in the Caribbean, who is there in the United States, when he wants to come here in Africa, he don't need any passport, he don't need any visa. He free to come, just go and book a flight ticket, and one way you are welcome here in Africa. That is the Africa that we all want. Because the other day I told you, why is it very easy? I did a video in my previous video of one of the African leaders saying, why is it easy for these white people to come here in Africa? Why is it so easy for them to come here in Africa? And why is it very hard for us black people to go and visit their country? It's very hard for us to go in their own country, in United States, in UK. It's very hard, but for them it's very easy. It is like just taking a coffee, very easy. You know what I mean? So guys, we need to change. We need to change the system here in Africa and also in the Caribbean. So kindly guys, like this video so that this message can reach to a lot of people, and also subscribe if you haven't, and share also. Thank you so much. See you on my next one. Bye bye.